book.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's no worries, mate. Go for it.
Good morning, everyone. Well, are we live? Yes, we are live. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's not a good morning if you're an Arsenal fan, unfortunately. But you know, a lot of us didn't expect much more than that, did we? If we're really honest. What we did expect, what we wanted, was 100%. I thought so. Anyway, let's introduce to the guests this morning. Daniel, stepping in for Lee, who's got a bit of tummy trouble this morning. So, how are you, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Well, as good as any Arsenal fan can be after losing in a North London derby. But yeah, I'm good, mate.
That's good. Yeah. So let's go over it. This the game. Yeah. I thought start first 10 minutes. I thought first few minutes. I thought we started well. We looked good. They didn't look. They were sitting back a bit, and then it was one break, and Son pulls out a goal out of nothing, unbelievable goal, and after that we struggled really, didn't we? And then come towards the end of the half. Partey decides to walk off the pitch, leaving the whole gap of that side down. And what's happening? They got on and scored another goal, and then after that, I don't think they done that much attacking wise. They just sat back. You can't fault the effort. We tried everything, but we lacked quality in the end. We couldn't break them down, and that summed it all up. So, what's your thoughts on the game, Daniel?
Claude, the game went exactly as I expected it to, and I said this in my preview as well. I said that Mourinho's going to let us have all the ball. He's going to let us come on to Tottenham. They're going to soak up all the pressure and hit us on the counter attack, and that's exactly what happened, because that's the way Mourinho plays, especially when he plays a team like Arsenal that are struggling, for creativity. And yeah, we had a lot of the possession, but we did nothing with it. We've done absolutely nothing with the possession, Claude, and that is, you can have all the possession in the world, but if you're not going to do anything with it, it's pointless. And I don't actually think we played that well, to be honest. I really don't think we played that well. Anybody that kind of says we did play well, is kind of, listen. The thing is, right? Arteta, he picked the players, and he picked the team, and some of these players should not get in this team. Guys like Bellerin, Bellerin was awful yesterday, absolutely awful for the goal, for Son's goal, and he was awful. So many foul throws. How this guy can't even throw a football I just don't know. It's just completely predictable. And what makes it worse is that Tottenham didn't have a good game. They didn't have a good game, but what they done was they capitalized on our weaknesses. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell, Claude. Really, I can't make excuses anymore for these players and this manager. I'm sorry. For me, it's not great. And the fact that he played Thomas Partey as well. Listen, Thomas Partey's a great player. We all love Thomas Partey. He's a great player, but he never should have been on the pitch. He was still carrying an injury. I've seen conflicting things now that he could be out for things like 12 weeks now or something, because I think that he picked up another injury. And it's just rookie errors like that. It was kind of similar to the David Luiz situation last week against Wolves. You can't take risks You can't take risks. However much you want to see that player in your team, you cannot take risks. And it's just everything. It's just not great at the moment, is it?
No, I've got a super chat here from SB, and I wouldn't want to be in his household. He says the result is going to hurt me for weeks. My mum and my 2 sisters are Spurs fans. There you go.
Unlucky.
You're gonna have to put up with that, mate, for a couple of more than a few weeks until we play them again. So you need a pint or 2, Claude. Thanks for the live stream. Oh, that's all right, Strip Bear. He's a Chelsea fan. Of course, he won't be that happy because Tottenham have taken over the top of the league.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on about Thomas Partey now. Obviously, a player like that needs to be 100% for me fit. And obviously, he wasn't 100% fit. He was probably about 60%. It was a big gamble to take. Would you have taken that, Daniel? Because I actually don't. I think now that this could set him back for another couple of months now, and
I wouldn't have taken the risk. I wouldn't have taken. I wouldn't have taken the risk, Claude.
Yeah, he started off well in the game, and then you could see that he wasn't still not there. He's still not.
Yeah. Do you know what's worrying, Claude, as well about this performance?
Yeah.
Is that, you know, in his post-match press conference after, Arteta said, you know, that we played well. I'm struggling to see how you can come to that. To anybody can come to that conclusion, because we played exactly how most of us predicted. You know, a lot of the ball, and, you know, not doing enough with it in the final third. And that's exactly how we predicted. And do you know what? Like, I've come to this conclusion as well, that I think, and a lot of people are probably going to disagree with this, but remember when everybody was saying last season that without Aubameyang's goals, we'd be 15th, 16th, or in the near the relegation zone? Well, ain't that coming true now? Because without Aubameyang's goals, where are we? We're 15th. And I just think as well, do you know what? I actually think Aubameyang needs to come out of the team for a little bit. And you know, listen, I love the guy. You know, I think he's a world-class player, but I just think he needs to come out of the team for a little bit. He needs to just sit on the bench. Maybe give some of these other, you know, like Bellerin a chance, or, you know, or Reece Nelson, some of these younger players, and just let him sit it out for a little while. But it's just not great, mate. This club always lets us down. It's just getting to the point now. How much more, as fans, are we expected to take? How much more are fans? And I'm not one of these that's, you know, getting all these blooming Arteta out banners and all that. But I just think now that the board needs to make a decision, because it can be salvageable, Claude. It can be salvageable. And I said this yesterday on the watch along that I'd done on my channel. I said that, you know, if we can get 3 or 4 wins, everything changes, because the table is so. Listen, it moves mad. You know, the table. We're 8 points now off the top 4. We're exactly where we were last season under Unai Emery. We were 8 points. Okay, yes, the league table wasn't as open as it is this season, but we're no better. We're no better than where we were last season. Now, I don't see everybody in the chat, right? Yeah, take out your Arsenal bias, whether you're an Arsenal fan or not, right? Yeah, are you seeing any improvement? Because I'm not seeing any improvement whatsoever. And these players, right? Yeah, a lot of people say that it's the players' fault, and that saying that these players are not good enough. Yeah, some of them aren't good enough. But here's the absolute kicker. here is the absolute kicker. Who keeps picking these same players that are underperforming? Who keeps giving guys that week in, week out that don't warrant a start in this team? Who keeps picking them? That comes down to Arteta. So it's all well and good saying that these players aren't good enough. And you know, that's true with certain players. They're not good enough. But then, you know, the manager still keeps putting them in the team. And we have to look at that. And you know, they won the FA Cup. So we know that they can perform. They beat a very good Man City side in the semi-final. So we know that they can perform. And we know that, okay, yes, without a creative midfielder, we lack a little bit. But do you know what? Goals don't have to come from the creative midfielder positions. Our wingers can chip in with goals. And they've done it. They have done it, you know, under Arteta. So I don't buy this, that, you know, that it's completely the players' fault.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. As far as Arteta's concerned, I'm looking at some of the players he's picking at the moment, and I just wonder, why is he picking them? And like players like Hector Bellerin. I mean, another foul throw yesterday. I mean, although that's not really a big issue as anything, like people are saying, but it just shows you the lack of concentration, the lack of discipline, the I don't care attitude, you know.
And that's the thing. It's stupid, Claude. It really is. Bellerin should not get in this team. And what makes it worse as well is that Ainsley Maitland-Niles had a really good game on Thursday, and yet what's his reward? He gets dropped to the bench.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always the same players to give. I mean, in this situation that he's in now, what has he got to lose? If he's trying something different and he wants to achieve what he was, let's give those young players a chance. You're still losing the games. You're still losing the games. Give those young guys their head. One thing I will say about Emery, he gave those young kids, he gave them their head. He gave them a chance. At least he gave them that. Give these boys a chance. Give Smith Rowe a chance. Give even the other night when there was nothing to play for. The other night it would have been lovely to see someone like Balogun play for 90 minutes. It didn't matter what the result was going to be because we were already qualified. It would have been nice to see Balogun. It would have been nice to see Smith Rowe. All these players play for 90 minutes. Do you know what I'm saying? And we see them come on in spells in the second half. And give these boys a chance. What have we got to lose? We're still losing games with this same old crap that we're putting out. Xhaka, you know, putting out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Give them a chance. Yeah. And on the other hand, he's pushing Saka, a 19-year-old kid, to be the man to do it every week, and he's not going to do it every week. You know what I'm saying? He's young, 19 years old. He's going to be burnt out before long. And you could see in the second half that there was signs that things weren't going right for him. But he's young kid. Even Gabriel was making the odd mistake because they're young. These experienced players, they got it drives me mad. It really Claude,
these experienced players, and this is what really pisses me off with Arteta, and this is what really frustrates me, and this is why, one of the reasons why I don't think he's the right man, because these experienced players, right? These experienced players get chance after chance after chance after chance, and they continuously let us down. These young players don't get many chances, and from what I'm seeing, the majority of them that he's playing don't let us down. But yet they still he should change that, change the attitude. So treat the young players like he does the experienced players, and treat the experienced players like he does the young players, because it's not working. It's just rookie mistakes. And, you know, all this, oh, we lack creativity. We don't have creativity from midfield. Where's Smith Rowe then? The guy's young. Where is he? Put him in. You're moaning about what we don't have, but yet you're not prepared to use what we do have. And it's just frustrating. You know, and you know, you bang on all this crap about, oh, I rate Smith Rowe. I think he's going to be a real talent. Oh, I rate this. You know, I think, oh, Bellerin, you know, we want him to stay. But then show him that you want him to stay by playing him, giving him an opportunity. It's this manager, Claude. I tell you what, the more I think about it, the more he's just not the right man. Do you know what I mean? He is, for all intents and purposes, he is a Spanish Arsene Wenger, and that's what it boils down to. He's a Spanish Arsene Wenger with no experience and no plan, and he just gives no guidance. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I agree. I just don't know where we go from here, Daniel. I mean, I was prepared to go to. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Daniel, and I've said it. I'll repeat it again and again. I was prepared. I didn't want the guy in the first place, and I'll tell you why I didn't want the guy in the first place. I thought his lack of experience for such a big club that was in a mess, or it wasn't the right fit for me. I think we needed a harder, more experienced elite manager that can get to these players and get something sorted out. I feel with this guy. Although I think I missed a super chat here. 1 minute. I don't want to miss because these people are putting their time in.
Yeah.
I felt, well, when he done his first press conference and all that, I thought, okay, I'm going to give this guy a chance. You know, like everyone else, you got to give these people opportunity. They're in. Won the FA Cup. I thought, okay. I thought still work to be done. I think papering over the cracks in a way. The FA Cup, I'm still convinced that that was papering over the cracks. And how can I put it? I'm just going to now say, look, at this present moment, I'm saying let's wait till the end of the season where we are. But if we keep losing, this is dangerous. I mean, at the end of the day, if it keeps losing and these players are not producing, and then they're all sulking and they don't want to play for the club, then what can we do? We can't carry on. Someone's got to take the shit. Either you sell these players in January that you think they're not performing, and that includes our main man. I mean, he's now, since he's signed the contract, he doesn't seem to be bothered. He doesn't seem to care. Apparently, there was this interview. I haven't seen the interview before the game that he made. That wasn't very convincing. I still haven't seen it. I'd like to see it and to be for myself, but apparently he wasn't. He looked really down. He looked as if he didn't want to be at the club. So we've got another situation where we've got another guy on 350 grand a week that's not happy. And so then that means there's nearly £750,000 a week on wages of players that are not with it. So where are we going here? This is chaos. It's chaos, mate. Absolute chaos.
It's Claude, it's bollocks, mate. It's total bollocks. And do you know the thing is, right, yeah? We're in such a critical position that if the board act now and bring in a manager with some experience, this could be salvaged. This season is, I know, listen, it's our league form is shocking at the moment, and I know it's bad. But if we bring in an experienced manager, this season could be salvaged. We've qualified in the Europa League. We're still in the Carabao Cup. The FA Cup's not even started yet. So we're still, into all intents and purposes, listen, we know we're not going to, we're not ever going to be title challengers. But our goals is to get back in the Champions League, right? That's our main goal this season. It's still possible, but the board need to act. The problem is, right, yeah, and this is what I can fear. They delayed it too long with Emery. They delayed it too long with Emery. So the board have got a tough decision to make. They either get rid of Arteta now, or they're gonna go down the other route and throw money at it. Which that's all fine. And if they are gonna do that, they're gonna need to throw a lot of money at this team. So I'm wondering if if maybe that's what they're gonna do. But they need to cut. And do you know what? When we're struggling, where's these people coming out and clarifying the situation? Where are these people? These people are just non-existent. We've got too many people from the top down to the players at this club that couldn't give a flying fuck about this club, to put it bluntly. They couldn't care less, Claude. And that is the problem. We've got players on the pitch who couldn't care less. We've got a manager who's inexperienced, who right now needs somebody with an experienced mind to go, this is what I think you should do. This is what I think you should do. We've got a board that when the going gets tough, they get going. Do you know what I mean? They just don't care. We've got, like you said, we've got Aubameyang. Listen, I love the guy, and I just think he's just, listen, it's just not great. And if we keep losing and losing, do you know what? And I said this on my channel as well, and a lot of people laughed at me for saying this, but do you know what? If we're not careful, we're going to be in a relegation battle. If we're not careful, and a lot of people say, it's never that bad, it's Arsenal Football Club. But make no mistake about it, just because it's Arsenal Football Club doesn't make us immune from being in that kind of situation. And people, the sooner people realise that, we're not far off it, we're 15th. We're only a couple of places off that. And somebody jokingly, right, yeah, put in the chat in my channel the other day, yesterday, somebody jokingly said, wouldn't it be Arsenal-like to get relegated and still qualify for the Champions League? I said, knowing Arsenal, we probably would break that record. Do you know what I mean? Because it's so Arsenal-like.
Yeah. There's a super chat here coming in, Daniel. Sorry, mate. Just supporting the legend. Any future plans to do a vid with Ty? Well, them days are gone, I'm afraid, because I'm no longer at aftv, and life moves on. But who knows? Maybe we might do one if he comes on my channel. He knows where my phone number is anyway. Anyway, yeah. If you look at the game, I mean, I read back Alex Scott's last night after the game. I watched back Alex Scott is an analyst on the game, and she was going on about there's no identity in our play at the moment. There's no real identity. But then again, I don't think you can get an identity if you don't know your best 11 players. How can you put an identity on the pitch if you're still not, if you're confused about the players that you've what you're going to pick? I don't think he knows his proper first 11. He keeps changing here and there. Systems are changing all the time, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
And so how can you get an identity? And she's saying
he lacks experience.
All we were doing was just putting hopeful crosses, which is true. That's all we do. With and I think what we're missing is that player, like that David Silva type of player, you could say Mesut Ozil, but Mesut Ozil's not in the squad. But that type of player that can open that defence up, put the chances on the plate for Aubameyang and co. You know what I'm saying? We haven't got that. We've got hope. All we got now is hopeful ball. And that's not against Saka, but I think Saka can do that. But he looks like he's been overworked now. He looks overworked. He don't look as if he's gone, you know.
Can I ask you a question, Claude, right? Can I ask you a question? Do you honestly think, right, yeah, if the board go out and spend money on a creative midfielder, Do you honestly see things changing? Because I don't. I honestly don't see things changing.
I think it will help. It will definitely help, but there's still, of course, there's still the problem of the mentality issue as well. When there is a mentality problem among the players as well, so but it will help. It definitely will help.
But you say it's a mentality. You say it's a mentality issue, Claude, and I agree with you to a point. But who are the players that are struggling with mentality? So you look at it. You got Bellerin, you got Granit Xhaka. You've got, and let's not forget though, some of these players have only just come into the club. So guys like Willian, who listen, I actually think Willian is a decent player. You can get something,
but he was putting good balls in, but no one was at the end of him.
But that's the thing, right? And is it the case, right, that Arteta's getting these players to do things that, you know, like with Lacazette, right? Lacazette was so deep yesterday, so deep. You can't have a player like that. Why? You know, if you're not, and this is what really frustrates me, right? Yeah, he's getting Lacazette to play deep because he's not trusting in Xhaka. But then you're still playing him. Why are you playing him? Why not play Joe Willock? Why not play Smith Rowe? I just this is the thing, right? Yeah, like Arteta says that we've got so many weaknesses in this team, but yet you're still playing them. And yet I don't care what anybody says, right? Yeah, Claude. There's other players that could come in this team. They may not succeed, but I'll tell you something now. They'll probably do a lot better than what these experienced players is. And that's the thing, right? It's easy to say that it's a mentality issue, but the guys with the mentality issue, and we all know who they are, but they're still getting picked. And yet you've got guys like Maitland-Niles. Why the hell did we ever keep Maitland-Niles? Why did we stop Blockie's move to Wolves? Because this guy's not getting in the team. Well, we brought him in to play Europa League.
Also, I think there was a good offer on the table as well. I think that was quite a good offer.
That's it. That's the thing. That's the thing, Claude. When you look at all the decisions, right, that Arteta's done, when you look at it, there's no getting away from the fact that because of these decisions that he's making comes down to a lack of experience. There's no getting away from that. And that's the big problem. That is the biggest issue. Do you think if we had somebody like a Rafa Benitez or something, do you think they would have taken a risk with Partey? Do you think they would have kept David Luiz on the pitch? Do you think that they would constantly drop players that are playing well for players that aren't playing well? It's just not going to happen. And that's the issue. And that's the real issue as well. The board can go out and spend as much money on this team as they possibly want. They can buy a Slopper Slayer. They can buy another right back. They can go and do all this. But this manager, is always going to pick these players. And part of the problem, the reason why he's picking these players, and you look at players like Granit Xhaka, you look at players like Hector Bellerin. He used to be their teammate. And that is the biggest problem, is that he is not treating them like that he's their manager. He is treating them like he's still their teammate. And that is the biggest problem that we're going to face at this club. So you can buy the aouars, you can buy the Slopper Slayers. He's not going to pick them because he just has got too much faith in these players that are underperforming.
I think that was a big issue with Wenger. A lot of trust in players that were just not doing it. I think it seems to be a similar pattern happening here as well. I mean, Bellerin, I've not seen him I don't think I've seen one decent performance. Yet he continues to be picked. Why did we get this Suarez on a 4-year contract if we don't even?
And that's the thing. That's the thing, Claude. That's the thing.
We had a good game the other night. I thought we had a good game the other night. What did he do? He brings back Bellerin.
And do you know what the thing is? Everybody can bang on about like that Ozil's not the answer. I'm sorry, right? You should at least have him on the bench, irrespective of whether you want him in your team next season. Irrespective of that, you should still have him. You lacking creativity, right? Yeah, and yet you're leaving him out the team. And I'm sorry that I'm not saying that he would do any better. I'm not saying that we would do any better. But listen, you've got to try these things out. Now that we've got Thomas Partey there, it might work. And everybody's saying that, Claude. Everybody's saying that you've got to. Oh mate, it's just a mess. It's just a mess, and it's this is what happens when you give a big job to somebody with no experience. Nobody else would do that in any other walks of life. You wouldn't go and say, listen, try and fix my business or fix my company, would you? And give it to an inexperienced man. It's just stupid. And do you know what? The board won't sack him because then they've got to admit that they got it wrong, and they won't do that. And I'm sorry. Listen, we're going to end up in a real bad situation if this doesn't get resolved. And what the biggest thing that worried me last night, like I said, it wasn't the game, because the game I expected, it went exactly how I thought it would be. The only difference is I thought we'd lose 3 or 4. But the biggest problem for me is that Arteta doesn't think there's a problem, and that is the biggest thing. He doesn't think there's a problem. Coming out saying, I'm proud of my players for the way they played, that kind of says it all, doesn't it? And for me, that's just burying his head in the sand. And that's the biggest problem.
Well, exactly. And listen, let's look at this. I'll put this on the screen for the people at home as well. Let's have a look at this a minute. It's Tony Adams, and he claims Arsenal star. I wonder if you can guess who this player is he's talking about. Claims Arsenal star looked like he never actually played football before yesterday. I'll give you 3 guesses, Daniel.
Aubameyang.
No. He claims Arsenal star looked like he'd never played football before yesterday. Think about it. Defender.
A defender. Gabriel?
No. Fullback.
Oh, Tierney.
No. He claims Arsenal star. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. Claims Arsenal star looked like he'd never actually played. He looks like a player that's never actually played football before yesterday. Who have we been criticising today? Fullback. Come on.
Hector Bellerin. Yeah, Bellerin. Yeah, right. Bellerin.
It says was so bad it looked like he'd never played the game before, and he took a foul throw, which is not the first time, and struggled to get to grips with Son during the context. Although the second half he didn't, they just sat back anyway. But what got me about that game yesterday, Daniel? What got me about that game yesterday was is that they didn't really have to work for that win. They didn't do nothing. They done those two moments. The one player that stood out for them was was doing a terrific amount of work was the Hallberg, the bloke the guy they brought from Southampton. I thought he was the man for me was man of the match yesterday. But they didn't, apart from those 2 goals, they've not had to work. That hurts more, that they didn't have to work to win that game.
Yeah.
They were second gear, and they've beaten us. That's worrying, mate. That is worrying. And despite what Arteta says, we dominated possession, we've done this, we've done that.
And that's the biggest problem, Claude. That's the biggest problem.
If you've got all that possession, 70% of possession, Mourinho says, well, just get the goals, sit back.
Honestly, Claude, you can have all the possession in the world, but if you're not going to do anything with it, it's just pointless. It's It's like dating a woman with big breasts, isn't it? You can have all the possession if you don't know what you're doing. It's pointless. Do you know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's crap, mate. It is. It's total bollocks.
Oh dear, Daniel. Oh dear. Yeah, that's just. There's another one here. Randy, hello, Randy. Good morning from New Zealand. I don't know what it must be quite a long.
Yeah, big up, Randy. Big up, Randy.
That's about 1 o'clock in the morning there, I think, isn't it? Is he one of your boys as well, Daniel? Is
yeah. Randy's subscribed. Yeah.
You ready to sing with Dan and Kevin Mark? Sing. What's he mean by that?
Randy, I'm gonna. It's you, isn't it? It's you. It is absolutely you, mate. Oh, this guy. Every time, So remember last week I was on here. Somebody mentioned something about me and you doing karaoke or something. And ever since then, that's all I've had on my channel is when you're doing karaoke with Claude. I just like oh God, mate. But big up yourself, Randy.
There's another super chat here. 1 minute. Strip Bears coming again. Big Chelsea fan. Dude, that's insulting the breast comment. Oh, no. All right. Then there's so are you a good singer, Daniel? Then is that what you're saying?
Mate, I'm not a good singer. Jesus Christ, I'm about as good a singer as Arteta is manager, and yeah, that's just not great, is it?
Yeah, Tony, Southwest 6. I've lost your comment, mate. You had a comment on here, but I've lost it, mate. So if you want to put it in again, mate, I have lost the comment. Anyway. Almost get. Let's have a look, see more anymore. Yeah, so there's another thing I want to show you. Is it this one I want to show everyone? No, I've said it. I've done that one. Yes, so bear with me a minute. And it's Clinton Morrison. He's saying that once aubameyang finds his shooting boots, he'll once he gets the first goal, the goals will come. But I'm not so sure. I don't know. Let's have a look at these other. There's another. Steve Jenkins says not just Bellerin can't throw, others can't now also. No, he's saying there are other. I've not seen other players keep doing it. No. Anish Thomas says, "Big up, Claude and Dan. Do you think we'll replace Arteta now? I feel a major overhaul is required. Till then, we will remain mediocre." Thank you for the donation. He's got a point, I suppose. And
do you know what we need to happen? Right, yeah. They need to get rid of Arteta, bring an interim manager in with experience till the end of the season. Do you know what I think they should bring in? Right, they should bring in Rafa Benitez till the end of the season. I think that guy could do a job, and then look for a proper experienced manager that can come in. But that's who I would do. So I seen a lot of people in my chat yesterday. A lot of people were going, "Oh, look, we're in a relegation battle. They should bring in Big Sam to see us out of the relegation battle."
Yeah. Mind you, you might organise them a bit better, not to consider. But even so, no, thank you, no, thank you. Jamie Lee says, morning, Claude. Ozil has caused a big divide. Has Ozil caused this big divide in the camp? Says Jamie. Thank you for the chat. That's a super chat. That's a very good point. Do you think Ozil has caused this? Do you think the Ozil business has caused the divide?
I don't think Ozil's caused the divide. Do you know the problem is, right? Yeah, if we were playing well and there wasn't so much emphasis on this lack of creativity, you could justify leaving him out. But do you know what? I bet Ozil sat there going, "This is what happens when you leave me out. This is what." Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that he was going to be the answer, but not to have him in the lineup, not being able to use him, it's just criminal. It is absolutely criminal. So unless you're going to go and buy somebody in January, which you just don't know with this board, do you? You don't know whether they're going to spend the money. I don't like all this secrecy. Do you know what I mean? The only one thing as well, and I don't know whether whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. The only one thing is as well is that there's no fans in the stadiums. I mean, I know they had 2,000 there the other day. Some people said that makes a difference. I don't know, dear. But it's just mad, mate. It's every single time we always have to suffer this. That the board always cut corners, the board always do this, and it's the fans that get shortchanged.
Yeah, I've just seen, what was this comment here come Chelsea Southwest 6? He says, it's taking a mickey now. He says, Alonso, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, Batshuayi, all available, he said, in January. Cool. Good news is they all know Luiz, Willian, and oh dear. So even the Chelsea fans are taking a mickey about we're taking their worst players, you know what I'm saying? They're players that they don't want. So, oh dear. I'm going to get that all out for weeks now. Big up Tony. Came on last night after I just had about enough of it last night on my stream. I just came off and they just went on it together. I couldn't have any more. I couldn't be arguing anymore. Just had enough. And Tony came on the screen yesterday. And thanks for coming on, Tony.
What did Terry say? I bet Terry was backing Arteta, and
he does. He'll back Arteta when we're in the nation. What do you call it?
We'll be in the championship, and he'll be like, we still got to give him time.
We'll be in what do you call it? League, the Vanarama League, and he'll be saying he's keep him in. Claude and Dan, do you see a way of them out of this mess for Arteta? I can't see it. No one knows in football. Football's funny. Football can in a couple of weeks. Football can go change like that. At the moment, it doesn't look good, does it? It don't look good at the moment. But we've got Burnley, and that might be just the game we need. A bit of a confidence builder. That build Burnley at home. Not they're really poor. So if we can put a few goals past it might lift the players a bit as well. So who knows? I mean,
do you know the problem is, right? The biggest problem is that every time when you look back at all the times we've struggled, even under Wenger and under Emery, when you look back at those bad times, maybe less so under Emery because he kind of lost it a little bit with playing players out of position and trying to overcompensate with players that just can't do those types of positions. But with Wenger, right? Yeah, you could see. Okay, it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but there were still glimmers of hope, wasn't there? There was like, okay, if we get a proper manager, maybe this will be fixed. We're conceding too many goals, but we're still scoring. There's hope there. I don't see any glimmer of hope with the way things are going at the moment. It's just the same thing week in, week out. And I'll tell you something now. I think I'm not confident against Burnley. I honestly don't see us getting a result against Burnley. I think we're just going to struggle. I think you know, they're going to be, they always like to make it physical, don't they? However poor they are, they're going to make it physical. And yeah, I just when you put a physical team up against a bunch of shrinking violets, it just don't end well, does it? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I can see happening.
I'm a Chelsea fan, says Strip Bear. I'm a Chelsea fan, but it hurts my soul to see Arsenal like this. Remember the old days. Missed the game. I missed the games yet. Well, that's true. That's a true thing to say, but it's happening. I mean, there's another one here I missed. I've missed a super chat here somewhere. Is it this one? Have I done this one? No. Oh yeah, Adish Tollers says, I have regards for Benitez, but he will not get well. He will not get well with his board after a few months. The next manager will have to be a yes sir, yes sir person. Yeah, well, I'm afraid that's it at the moment. This is another thing we've got to look at. Really, it's not just the manager, Daniel. It's the board as well, mate. I mean, they're the ones that are making the appointments. They're the ones that stand by or do the business, do the sacking. They're the ones, you know. Do we really now need to say, look, are we moving forward with? Is this owner now holding us back? Is it the owner holding us back? Is it the recruitment that are not good enough? Something. We can't just keep. I know what I'm saying, but it's not the owner that picks the teams, and it's not the owner.
The problem is, Claude, right? Is that when you look back, and yes, you know, Stan Kroenke is a problem, but when you look back, what more can he do? Like, and I'm just saying, I'm not saying that he's a decent owner. Listen, there's lots wrong with him. I don't think he's that great. When you look back, though, we have, you know, when people say, oh, you know, he needs to spend money, we have spent money. You know, we have spent an awful lot of money, maybe self-generated because we had Champions League football, but we have spent a lot of money. We've just spent it in the rock. We've just rubbish. We've spent it on crap players. We've not spent it on quality, and that is the biggest problem. So I actually don't think. I think yes, the owners are a problem, but I actually think the biggest problem is recruitment and you know the recruitment by players that they want, not what the manager wants, and maybe they, you know, that maybe, you know, like that's a lot to do with Arsene Wenger, because, you know, maybe he did, you know, he could get whoever he wanted, and maybe he picked the wrong types of players, and that's why we're stuck with this crap, because, you know, he picked a lot of crap.
Right, I'm going to give Gary Mattingly says, who's a Tottenham fan of rivalry side. Great show, gents. Thank you very much, mate. Questions have got to be asked. Great song goal. Yeah, it was a great goal. It was class.
Outstanding.
Great goal. I wish we had him in our team, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant football. And I don't think they paid that much for him either. Another super chat here coming in. If we get a world-class manager, it's going to be 1 to 2 seasons to see this team turn around. Arsenal are in a really bad situation. Hard to see things getting turned around, says Mitchell from Australia. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I totally and utterly agree with him on that one. Let's look at it. Shall we do the player ratings? I know that we don't want to. Let's go through the player ratings. And in the box, you can put all your player ratings, what you think, and be honest. In the chat box, put your player ratings, and let's see how we go. First of all, hey, But Leno, I'm going to say, Daniel, I just feel maybe his positioning. I'm going to be harsh. The positioning on the Son goal was a great effort because it didn't actually go in right in the corner, did it? So it was his positioning right on that first goal. Maybe I'm a bit harsh, but otherwise didn't have much to do, and I'm going to give him a standard 5.
Yeah. I think Bellerin. Yeah, Bellerin. Leno. Yeah, sorry, Leno. The thing with Leno, like he's. I think people have still got this hangover because they're so used to, seeing Martinez. They've seen him do so well, but yeah, I don't think Leno was the worst player in the team. I think 5 is probably about right. I would
do, did he really?
Yeah, I think between 5 and 6, maybe, potentially. But yeah, I think maybe 5 is probably is it. Yeah, I think 5 for Bellerin, for Leno. Sorry, Jesus Christ.
Brad's gone free. Someone's gone free. Yeah, keep them coming in. Yeah, a lot of low marks. I don't think he was at fault. Apart from the goal, I don't think he was really at fault. But there's a lot of 5. You don't have to keep repeating it, Hassan. We can see it. Yeah, point it up. Don't keep repeating it. Otherwise, I will remove people from the chat, yeah? That's silly now. Come on. Ron says 5. Chelsea Southwest 6 says 4. See, I don't think he had anything to do. I think it's harsh to give out under 5, but everyone can now. How about Bellerin? Bellerin. I'm sorry. I'm going to be hard. I'm going to give him a 1. That's how I'm going to be harsh. I just think he's awful. Absolutely awful.
Can you do minuses? Yeah, because for me it gets a -5 because when you can't even throw a ball, do you know what I mean? It's just if you can do minuses, I'm giving a -5 because he was absolutely awful. The worst player I have ever seen at this football club right here is Bellerin. The worst player. This guy. Oh Jesus. Do you know what? I could go on for hours about Bellerin and why he's just toxic. Not just on the pitch, but his attitude is. You talk about mentality, Claude, and you say that there's lots of players in this, but I tell you what, he's leading the line for the worst mentality at this club. Absolutely awful. He doesn't care. He's not bothered. He's just, it's just absolutely dreadful. There's nothing good to say about this guy. Nothing good whatsoever.
We'll go on to Rob Holding. I thought I thought very culpable for the second half. Didn't they have much to do? I'm going to give him a 3 for me. Yeah.
I'm going to give Holding a 4. I think I can't really give him any more than a 4.
I don't understand why players, Son's coming at him. Get close to him. Get close. You're running back. Get close. Go in. Bang. Do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, I don't understand. The defending was awful for that. And that's why I'm going to give him 3. And then was it Holding? It's Bellerin, Holding. Who does I say Holding? Gabriel, Daniel.
It's hard to be too critical of Gabriel because he's.
Give me a mark for Holding. Sorry, mate.
4 for Holding. I 4. But see, Gabriel, it's hard to give Gabriel. It's hard to be too critical because he's still so young and he is, he is one of the best of a bad bunch. I'd probably say maybe a 6 for Gabriel.
6. Yeah. Strip Bear's coming on. Nice guy. Promised league gunner and asked football terms. Gave me the spanner. What does that mean? Oh, is that the moderator thing? I'll have to have a word. Terry deals with all that. Strip Bear. I'll have a word with Terry about that. Yeah, he deals with all that. When it comes to that, I will have a word with him. Yeah. What did I say, Gabriel? What did you say, Gabriel? Sorry. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Strip
I'd
Bear.
say 6.
6, yeah. I think so. I thought he was the only really one that really seemed to know what he was doing out there. But yeah, I'm going to go 6. Don't hold in Gabriel.
Tierney.
Kieran Tierney, that's it.
Again, Tierney looks like a player that he's
put some good crosses in, but no one was getting on the end of it.
Yeah,
I'm going to give him 6. Not great, but it was all right. It was okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give Tierney a 7.
Yeah.
Because for his crosses, listen, you can't ask no more than that. And okay, maybe defensively, he could do a little bit better, but you can't ask no more than that. He's putting crosses in. It's not his fault that nobody's there to get on the end of them. So yeah, I'm going to give Tierney a 7.
So we've done bellerin. Yeah, so let's move. Let's go for holding bellerin. Let's go to Bukayo Saka. Where'd you see him in the performance?
He's really struggling at the moment, Saka, isn't he? He's really, he had all this promise, and last season he looked pretty decent, but yeah, he's really struggling at the moment. I'll probably say about 5.5, 6, maybe 6. Yeah, maybe 5.5 is a bit too harsh. Maybe 6.
Maybe 6, yeah.
Yeah, maybe 6.
What about? So we go on. Let's go on there to Granit Xhaka.
3. I thought he was awful. Another one of the players that just underperformed. So yeah, 3 for Granit Xhaka.
3. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna go 0. I thought he was absolutely useless, to be honest with you. So I don't know what he gives to the team. I don't know what. I don't think the English Premiership suits him.
No.
I think he needs a lower league. He's not quick enough. I think Milk turns quicker. So to be honest with you, yeah, I'm going to go 0. Thomas Partey, okay, done all right, but I'm afraid I'm going to give him a 5 because he didn't last. And he shouldn't have played. I don't think he wasn't fit. Walked off the pitch as well. I'm going to give him a 5.
Yeah, 5 is probably. I'm going to say 5.5, just because he didn't look he looked pretty decent, done okay, but you could tell that he was still suffering a little bit with that injury and should never have played. But again, that's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? Listen, any professional footballer is going to want to play whether they're injured or not, and it's up to the managers to kind of make that decision. So yeah, 5.5 for me for Thomas Partey.
Right, so we've done that side. Now we're going to go Willian. What about Willian, Daniel?
I
don't know. I don't think he played bad. I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think he played too bad, actually. I'm not his biggest fan, but I don't think he
say
played
5 for Willian. For me, 5. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 5. I don't think he didn't really do nothing, did he? Do you know what I mean? He didn't do bad. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but he didn't do that nothing special.
And then I'm going to go and then
Lacazette.
How about Lacazette then? Lacazette.
Yeah, he just. It's kind of Lacazette's the difficult one because he sat deep and he probably did the job that Arteta wanted him to do, but it's you can't get away from the fact that he's a striker and he shouldn't be sitting that deep and it's probably maybe 6. Can't give him no lower than a 6, but I can't justify giving him a higher mark than a 6. So yeah, maybe a 6 for Lacazette.
And then I'm afraid I'm finally on the starting lineup. Aubameyang. Sorry, mate. Didn't look interested. Looked as if he didn't want to be there. And I'm going to give him a 0 as well. Absolutely. And
yeah, that's about right. Maybe 0. Maybe a 1. Yeah.
He needs to wake up. You'd say the same, yeah?
Yeah, mate. I'm going to say 1. I think I'll give him a 1. I don't think he was the worst player on the pitch, but yeah, like not very highly. Doesn't deserve a higher rating than that, to be honest.
And the manager, Mikel Arteta. I've got to say once again, he's got his team selection wrong. He should not be picking players that are not 100% fit. Hector Bellerin should not be in the side. Granit Xhaka should not be in the side. Players that were, I don't know what, were Reece Nelson, who had a good game the other night, wasn't even on the bench.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, to be honest with you, I'm gonna give him a 3 out of 10, and I think I'm being kind.
I'm gonna give him a 1 because he got nothing. He got nothing right yesterday. He got nothing right, and I'm also giving him a 1 for his naivety, thinking that we played well. So and not seeing that there's anything, not acknowledging that there's anything wrong. So yeah, for me, it gets a 1.
Right, so that sums it all up, everyone. Let's see some comments here. Rocky manager and poor players.
Yeah.
Where are we now? And explains Alba's discontent. Poor results over Christmas, and the board have a decision to make. Yeah, because we do play Chelsea over Christmas as well, don't we? 0 for pushing party as well. Yeah. Elsie says he even played into Mourinho's plan. Yeah, he did play into Mourinho.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%, and Mourinho knows it as well. Who was the worst player on the pitch? Says I think the worst player on the pitch yesterday,
Bellerin.
Bellerin, or not closely followed by Aubameyang.
Yeah, Bellerin. Bellerin, Auba, then Xhaka.
Well, Daniel, I think time is up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for Daniel.
Yeah, no worries.
I've tried to put the thing in. I'll put it in the description after.
Yeah, Claude,
have you got to do, Daniel?
Have you got your phone, Claude? Can you get the chat on your phone?
I'm trying on my phone, but it's not going through. But I haven't got a mod on here today. That's the problem. If I had a mod on here,
yeah,
I'd do it. But
because no, because you can make me mod on your phone, right? So if I put a chat in, you just got to click on my.
Put your chat in now. Put a chat in now. See if I can do it on here. Come on.
Right. Give me a second. I'm going to pop it in.
Let's end the show because Daniel's been brilliant. Because I like to give his channel
What's that? Sorry, Suzanne. Yes, please. Yeah. Right. Bear with me. Let me get into your. Right. There we go. Right. Right. Big. Give me 1 sec, Claude. I just got to pop in. Right, hold on.
Yeah. It's done for you. It's done. Eminem popped in. Thanks, Eminem.
Is he a mod though? Because it won't show up unless he's a mod.
Yeah, Eminem, can you subscribe to the? Can you put Eminem? Can you put his link in there for me?
Because is he a mod?
Put his link to his channel as well. Yeah, he's a mod.
Is he a mod, Claude? Because he won't. It won't work unless he's a mod.
Anyway, how do I do this thing? How do I do this? He's put subscribe to Daniel Blind, but he hasn't put the link in. I haven't got any mods on it. I don't know why Diesel was supposed to make him a mod, and he hasn't made him a mod yet. I wish people would do their job on it. I mean, properly, because I don't know what hold on.
I'm just trying to put it.
Oh, he's done it. He's done it. Look, Daniel's done it. He's done it. Look, Daniel's done it. Yeah, he's put he's put your link and everything in there. Here, everyone. There's the link.
Is everybody seeing it though? Is everybody seeing? Because unless he's a mod, it won't show up because YouTube will just shadow hand it.
Yeah, here it goes. It's on it. It's on the screen now. Look, it's on the screen now for everyone.
So please, guys, do go and subscribe.
Please subscribe to the channel. Daniel's been, absolutely amazing today. Stepped in.
I'm on the road to 2K as well, so if I can get
stepped in for Lee Gunner today because he had a dicky tummy, so he had to go to the chemist, so he couldn't make it today. But he should be back tomorrow. But thank you, Daniel, for stepping in at the last minute, mate.
No worries.
Thank you so much, and
no worries, mate.
Hopefully have you back next week again on next week as well, and then we'll probably be on. I'm supposed to be coming on your channel this week sometime, and
yeah, definitely.
All right then. Anyway, thanks everyone in the chat. There's the link, everyone. You got it.
Yeah, 300 of you watching. Go on, everyone, go and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Lovely. You can see that on the screen there. Please subscribe, everyone. Daniel, I've got to say thank you so much for coming on, mate. Thank you, because you came on at the last minute.
No worries, mate.
Unfortunately, hopefully Lee will be back tomorrow to do one tomorrow about 11:30 tomorrow, at the normal usual time. Everyone in the chat, have a lovely day. Don't get too upset. I might be back later, about 4 o'clock. I'm trying to get things sorted out for 4 o'clock. Our friend from America's coming on, Lawrence from America. He's from Los Angeles, and he's got a lot of insight into Stan Kroenke. So I might
I'll be doing a show at 1:30 as well with Kevin reviewing yesterday's game.
Don't forget to follow Daniel's review on what time is it? Oh, it's
1:30.
1:30, so it's about an hour's time.
Yeah.
Don't forget 50 minutes actually, but let's get over to Daniel with the great, lovely Kevin Mark. I've got to have him on sometime. I've got to have him on sometime on my channel as well. The lovely Kevin Mark. Well, can't get better than that, can it? Thanks everyone in the chat. Take care. All the best. Bye for now.